Hi everyone, I'm back with another video, back-to-back upload, and doing these videos back-to-back as well. So welcome back. I'm losing light. The nice thing is that it's getting lighter much later. It's getting darker much later in the day since we're slowly transitioning into summer, and I'm very excited. Well, I guess not summer, spring. Sorry. But yeah, no, I'm really happy that it's still light at like 5 p.m. But anyway, today or now in this video, I will go through both February in my language learning planner and my traveler's notebook. I might start with my traveler's notebook. So it's just to kick off from the second week. Yeah. Oh, that's March. Oh, you got a sneak peek into my March. I might have to close some things out. Okay, from the second week of February. Cool. So one thing that became not an issue, it's really a non-issue, but since I started doing these columns for meal planning on this page, or meal tracking, sorry, there's been space on the top bar. And I don't know what to put there because I think it bothers me a little that it's blank because I feel like there should be a header or some stickers or something. But I'm experimenting, I guess. I just think it's a bit awkward because this takes up, like 1/4 of the page, and design wise, I'm thinking like, what can I do here? What can I play with? But yeah. So this is what it looks like second week of February. I celebrated Chinese New Year with one of my friends in Rotterdam. It was my first time, not going to Rotterdam, but having celebrating Chinese New Year in the Netherlands at a proper event. So that was really fun. We ate really good food. And I think Rotterdam has better Asian food overall. I think South Holland in general, if you really like Asian food like I do, I super recommend going down south because I think that's where most of the diaspora lives. And the Chinatown is down south, it's in The Hague. But yeah, no, I really had a good time in Rotterdam. So you can see there's really not much going on in my life at this point in time because I don't have a job, or I was waiting to start my job because I still had all of February free. But yeah, I was meal tracking. I've been having a lot of smoothies and eating. I think one thing that's been good is that I've been eating a lot better. And when I say better, I mean portion sizes that still make me full, but they're not over the top because I should probably put a trigger warning for food eating habits maybe just in case. But yeah, I had some troubles with overeating before, but I'm a lot better at it now and I eat a lot less. So that's good. And I one of the things was I would always overeat garlic rice. If there's garlic rice on the table, I think I could keep eating it and my stomach would never say, hey, I'm full. But it was one of the things that I was worried about because I'd always be overeating, especially for foods that I really liked. Anyway, we're doing great now, so that's all that matters. Sorry about that. Long-winded talk about my eating habits. But yeah, there's also, so I'd also write down just thoughts or maybe not even just a little anecdote or two about cafes that I visit when I'm in Amsterdam. So I used to be a really big matcha drinker, like 5 years, no, that's a stretch, not 5 years ago, like 3-4 years ago. And I was watching a bunch of videos and I really tried to familiarize myself with, what makes good matcha, culinary grade versus ceremonial grade, and what to use for a latte, and different types of matcha in terms of, the bitterness, the sweetness, what milks are good, the technique, all that stuff. So I basically became a matcha expert. I don't actually really like matcha that much now. I'm for the past few years I've been a hojicha girl, ride or die. Because I really like the earthy, grounded taste of a hojicha. But yeah, so a lot of cafes in Amsterdam unfortunately have not lived up to my matcha standards. Um, it's more so that a lot of cafes in Amsterdam tend to pre-make their matcha, which I totally understand because matcha is very time consuming to make, especially if you're a cafe that gets really busy during like peak hours and people are asking for matcha latte. It's just too much time. It's too much effort, as opposed to just, making coffee from the machine or whatever. So I totally understand the, pre-made is just easier, turn a profit. Oh, sorry. I was making hand movements and then I flipped. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, no, I've been quite disappointed with a lot of the cafes in Amsterdam. Lots of cafes also do it properly. Like, definitely, I'm just generalizing here. I've had some really good matchas in Amsterdam. But I'm kind of always wary now. And I always try to see how they make their matcha. Because, yeah, I've definitely seen the pre-made in the bottle, shove in, like, diluted. Yeah, anyway. Sorry for going on another tangent. But, yeah. I've also been really bad at taking my iron tablets. You can see I've just not been doing it. I also haven't been doing my origami. I kind of struck it off the tracking list a few weeks forward just because I haven't been doing them. Sorry, I just yawned. But I'll get back into it someday, maybe. The origami, like the everyday origamis, don't take more than like 5 minutes each. Maybe some of them even less. So it shouldn't be too hard to catch up because I'm in February. No, I'm on 31st of January. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some cute little illustrations. These ones kind of give me like Scandinavian vibes, like if you've been to Flying Tiger. This was kind of or like maybe Nordic style. I know those are very similar, like Scandi and Nordic. But yeah, it was from another Japanese stationary YouTuber. It's like European illustration theme video. I'll link it in the description actually if you're interested in seeing the illustrations. But yeah, I was also I basically discovered City Skylines. I already owned it, but I rediscovered City Skylines and just kind of ignored everything in my life and just played City Skylines. Yeah. So if it's looking a bit bare, it's because of City Skylines. Yes, White Lotus season 3 also got announced, which was so exciting. So I'm watching it right now. If anyone who's watching has watched it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I mean, we're like halfway through the season as of me recording for season 3, and I've really been loving it so far. I'm sad that they changed the theme song, but nonetheless, it's a good show. But yeah, you can see that I don't connect, I didn't do it on this week either, but I don't connect the dots anymore for the tracking, so yeah. Oh, I also put the sinigang recipe, so if you don't know what sinigang is, it's like the Filipino version of a tom yum soup. It's what I compare it to, but they have many differences as well, but it's just to make people familiar. Like most people know tom yum, so it's not so much of a stretch to think of sinigang that way. but it was really good when I tried it. This is my mom's recipe, but I feel like it's a pretty standard sinigang recipe. But it was so good when I made it, and I was really worried because I didn't have like fresh cassava. I only had not cassava, taro. Yeah, I only had frozen taro because you can't really, at least not at the local Oriental by me. You can't buy fresh cassava. I keep saying cassava, fresh taro. I know you can buy fresh taro, like in the other supermarkets, just not the one closest to me. But most of the ingredients are easy to source for sinigang at least. So yeah, it was really good and I was really happy. I was really proud of myself because a lot of the Filipino dishes that I make kind of flop. Especially if it asks, like a recipe asks for calamansi, because you can't really buy that here in the Netherlands. One of my Filipino connects that I made, they have a calamansi tree, but I haven't asked them if I could, get some from their backyard. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should stop doing this. So, sometimes, I don't know if you can tell depending on the pen, but some weeks I use my fountain pen, the Preppy, and I always have to do these tests first because especially if I haven't used it in a while, the Preppy like bleeds, like it doesn't come out properly for the first like few seconds, and I have to do a little pen test. Otherwise, it's fine. It's a very good pen for the price, as most of you probably know. Yeah. So new, different, cute illustrations. I really love how easy they are, and it just makes it pop a little nicer on the page. Having to remind myself to take my iron tablet. I did not take it at all this entire week. I also track when episodes or manhwas come out. There's this one manhwa that I've been obsessed with. I don't know what it is in English. I also use like my Korean's not that good, so I use a dictionary a lot. So, but it's good practice. But I look forward to it every single Friday. Yeah. Guess nothing really different here, but I don't like that. I think I do that in the next week. Oh, okay, not in this week. Oh, and it's March. Okay, cool. Yeah, lots of things going on this last week before I started working. I was supposed to do like a review of all the things that I do for my job. Did not do any of that. I think I just ended up playing City Skylines on days where I didn't have plans. But on this week I had plenty of plans. Which kind of bummed me out because I wish all of this was spread out in the previous weeks. I clearly had nothing on, but suddenly everyone wanted to do everything like on this final week. But I like how busy it looks on this left column because I had so many plans. Yeah. And you can see that I had filming to film videos. None of that happened. I did end up filming a January one, like my previous video, but I deleted it by accident because I was clearing storage out of my phone. So there was that. I also had been ignoring Dutch study, which is yikes. And you'll see it in my February. So there's not really, you'll see in a bit, but there's not really much to show for February in my language planner. But yeah, so that's my February in my 10 weeks. And now I'll show you my February in my language planner. Okay. Oh man, I completely forgot about this actually. This was working well for the first month and a bit, and then it fell off. So I would write like a phrase that I believe is like a common thing that I would hear and write it down so that whenever I look at it, I'd be like, oh yeah, common phrase, and I'll have it in my mind. I also I did not achieve any of my goals for February. I did not read a Dutch book. I did not learn Dutch with Kim. City skylines really stopped up my study schedule because it's all I did for most, like the last half of Feb. Anyway, all good. So let's get to February. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so this one week I was doing things. So I actually discovered a new YouTuber, a Dutch YouTuber. She owns a bookstore, and her content is about her running her bookstore and just talking about books. And for me, her Dutch, is quite, it's normal Dutch, obviously, but I find that she doesn't speak at a faster speed that I find most Dutch people talk. So for me, it's a bit more understandable, just a little bit, because I find that Dutch people speak really quickly. But she also like enunciates, because I also find that lots of people, when they speak Dutch, for me, it's like it's like they don't fully enunciate. I guess because a lot of words are shortened, because a lot of Dutch words are long. So I'm really missing like a lot of the the finer inner workings of Dutch because of it. But anyway, yeah, no, I found a YouTuber and I've been watching her and it's been great. Yeah, I should do checks. I don't know if this is right, but for this week, I had to describe an image, and I chose the Victory Boogie Woogie by Piet Mondrian. He's one of my favorite artists, actually, and in The Hague, there's a museum that has like a lot of his works in it, and you can see his progression from like doing traditional or like normal paintings, and how he kind of developed into the style, or in Dutch it's called the style, that he like invented, and yes, it is deep, because contemporary art is deep. Actually, is he modern art or contemporary? I say he's modern, or is he contemporary? Okay, I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna look it up. Maybe it's contemporary. Yeah, contemporary. I could be so wrong. I say I like art, but then I don't know things like that. But anyway, yeah, I've also been doing the illustrations here as well. And things were happening. Yeah, and then I really fell off for these few weeks because of city skylines, and then in March because of starting my job. But when March ends, I'll show you, when I show you my March video, my March flip through, I started again. So I'm not completely slacking now. I just needed to get into a rhythm and stuff. Yeah, you can see I've been watching the YouTuber that I like. I've been trying, I mean, now that I work at a Dutch workplace, I get a lot more Dutch exposure now. So I'm picking up a lot more like contextual Dutch, I guess. And I think what's funny is because it's a corporate job, but in presentations, what would happen a lot of the time is that meetings would be in English, but then the slides might just be in Dutch. And in some ways it's helpful for me because it also recontextualizes or adds context, because they're speaking in English and I would understand the English, and then that supplements the Dutch that's on the screen. So in some ways that's like passive learning for me, or passive Dutch learning. So that's fun. I haven't really touched Japanese. I really want to get back into it. I think now that I have a job, I'm going to do italki again once I get my paycheck, because I really want to make Japanese a priority. I always want to make Japanese a priority because I I've spent so much time on it. I really don't want to lose my Japanese speaking, like just my Japanese skills in general. Oh, sorry, we're in March. But yeah, so this is a very lacking update, but it's an update nonetheless. But yeah, so that's kind of my February flip through in my journals, in my planners. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm hoping to be back on schedule now from this upload. I guess by the next upload, I'll be doing my March flip through, but I'm also thinking of other kinds of content as well, because I really like making the videos. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.